Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
Okay, this is the 5th time I've tried recording this video, but I keep going too fast and confusing myself. So, we're here again. This is the tier maker. I wasn't going to do one of these on the Saints until Gaston Maya went ahead and made a list. Shout out to him, man. Come join the Discord, everyone, if you're not in it. Gaston Maya really hooked us up. I'll put the link to the Discord in the bio. We have almost 40 people in there, so go ahead and join. It's really fun to talk about the New Orleans Saints in there. So, all of that being said, we're going to go ahead and form our opinions on players here, and we're gonna talk about it. So let's start off with the GOAT tier, which is obviously reserved for the one and only GOAT. The one player that deserves to be there is Drew Brees as of now. We have some young GOATs, but Drew Brees is the GOAT for now. So that spot is held by him. When we move on to S tier, there are only 3 players I think deserve this spot. Alvin Kamara, because of how he's just so good. He's our premier back 100%. Then you go ahead and you grab, where is he? Cameron Jordan. And then we have one more that belongs up there. Gaston Maya and me agreed completely on this point. Put Michael Thomas up there too. 3 players in S tier, they definitely belong up there. None of this really needs any explaining. He had, 2 picks this year, but he did so good in the divisional round. Okay, I'll bite. Marshawn can be the exception. He can go into the S tier. That man is a god. He completely revamped our defense in his rookie season by himself. You notice the struggle we had when he was out, so I'll go ahead. He made the cut to S tier. Yeah, that's fair. That's 100% fair. So we're going to start off the A tier with my favorite Saints linebacker currently and in the past, I don't know how many years, Demario Davis. He had 5 sacks last year, 100 tackles. That man is the definition of a linebacker. Demario Davis is extremely solid and 100% deserves a spot in the A tier. The next player I'd like to put in the A tier is Sheldon Rankins. He's so solid. If he did not have that season cut short by that injury, he could be higher on this list, possibly, potentially, but that also has to do with the fact that he didn't really do much his rookie season. But Sheldon Rankins is developing. He's developing into that first-round pick we thought him to be, so he definitely deserves a spot within the A tier. 8 sacks last year, solid enough for me. The next player I'd like to put in the A tier is Taysom Hill. I almost called him Sheldon Rankins again. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill literally can do anything. He is a whole Swiss Army knife. I can't sit here and degrade how valuable that is as an NFL player. He definitely 100% deserves to be in the A tier. The next player I'd like to put in the A tier is Ryan Ramczyk. He is the best offensive lineman on our team now that Max Unger retired. He does not move. He is a brick wall. Ryan Ramczyk 100% deserves a spot in the A tier. Now, the first person I'm going to put in the B tier is one person that didn't make the cut to the A tier just because I haven't seen him play in a Saints uniform. That is Jared Cook. I think Jared Cook is an amazing tight end, maybe top 5, top 10 in the NFL, but we haven't seen him play as a New Orleans Saint, so I didn't want to put him up too high. So we're going to go ahead and put Jared Cook there. I think another person that belongs in the B tier is Marcus Williams. If he would have kept up the production from his rookie season, I could see him in the A tier, but he didn't. Some people think he had a sophomore slump. I don't actually believe he had a sophomore slump, but I do believe that he does not belong any higher than where he is. B is a perfect place for him. The next player I'd like to put in the B tier, if I could find him, is Eli Apple. Where is Eli Apple? Oh. So the next player I'm going to add in the B tier is cornerback Eli Apple. The only reason he's not any higher is just because I haven't seen him too much in a Saints uniform, but after the first few rough games he had, he really clicked and became that solid number 2 corner we needed. With that in the picture, manhandling interception in the end zone against the Carolina Panthers, that is the highlight that will always be tied to his name for me. He definitely deserves a spot in the B tier, and maybe in the future can move up to A, but as of now, has not done that. The next player I'd like to put into B tier is none other than Terron Armstead. When healthy, Terron Armstead is one of the best tackles in the league, but that's only when he's healthy, which he never is. For some reason, after every play, this cupcake is getting off the field in some type of way. I love Teron Armstead. I think he's one of the best in the league, but he just cannot stay healthy no matter what. I don't know what it is. He just can't. The next player I'm comfortable putting in the B tier is Ted Ginn Jr. Ted Ginn Jr. is one of the most reliable wide receivers I have ever seen in my life. For some reason, at his age, he has not lost a lick of speed and can make big plays when needed to. Like against the Los Angeles Rams, he almost had one of the game-saving catches, but you all know how that ended. He is reliable, so that's why he goes in B for me. The next, actually, I think I'm going to move Thomas Morstead down to B. Yeah, that's a solid move. The next player I'm going to put in B is Vonn Bell. Vonn Bell is an extremely solid run-stopping, pressuring safety, but he doesn't really have the big play ability to go anywhere but B. But the amount of run stops and tackles and hard hits I've seen from Vonn Bell ushers him a spot in B and not anything lower. The next player I'm going to go ahead and throw in B is defensive end Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport has a lot of potential, but that injury last year was lingering the entire time, so he didn't really get to go out there and prove himself, but I believe that he'll go into A or S tier within the coming years because the Saints saw something in him to give up 2 first-round picks. I believe that he's going to go ahead and show us what he's made of. Another player I'm going to throw in B is linebacker Alex Anzalone. I don't think he's C. He's not bad. He's really not bad. He has shown some pretty good ball skills. He can get to the ball pretty well. I've seen a couple of interceptions out of him. He's not anything above where he's at right now. Another player I'd like to put in B is Patrick Robinson. Patrick Robinson is an extremely solid slot corner when healthy, but that's the thing. When healthy. So players that have injury troubles will automatically go in B because I know they could do a lot more than sit on the bench with a wrapped up leg. The next player I'm going to put here is quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. His charisma and the hope that Sean Payton has in him alone proves to me that he's a pretty good quarterback. I don't know. If Sean Payton, an offensive guru, has that much belief in you, there's something there. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in B. Now, the last player for the B category, who is it going to be? I think I'll put Larry Warford up there. Larry Warford is a very solid offensive lineman, so yeah, I think he belongs in the B spot. Now we get to the fun part, C. This is where people's feelings start getting hurt. I'm going to go ahead and put Traquan Smith in the first at C, meaning he can crack B very soon if he goes and utilizes all of the potential he had. We've seen a lot of spurts from him, i.e. the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Redskins game where he completely blew up. But if he can't keep that going, then he's just a C wide receiver. But if he goes ahead and picks up that talent, he can move up in spots. The next player I'd like to put down is Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray is not quite Mark Ingram, but he can, match or get a little less than the production of Mark Ingram. I believe he was a solid pickup. I just don't think he's anything better than a C. Next player I'd like to put here is Eric McCoy. The only reason I'm putting Eric McCoy here, and even though he allowed like one pressure his entire collegiate career, is just because he's a college player. I know I put Chauncey Gardner-Johnson up here, which is a little bit messed up. I'm going to put all the rookies down here, but yeah. Both of them, they're rookie players. They both have a ton of potential. Eric McCoy can be one of the best centers we've had in a very long time if he goes ahead and pans out and does what he was doing in college. Like one sack your entire college career. But you deserve that spot. Just C because they're rookies. That's all it is. The next player I'm going to put in C is player Justin Hardy. I would put him somewhere else, but he's nothing but a special teams ace. But he's a really good special teams ace. Usually special teams players would go in D or F, but he's just so good at his job that he belongs in the upper class of players. The next player I'm going to put in C is defensive tackle Malcolm Brown. I believe Malcolm Brown could do a lot. I believe he can get a couple sacks for us if given the opportunities, but I don't think he's any better than a C. He's never been a B or A or S or GOAT type player. He's always just been meh. So I think picking him up will attribute to us pretty well, but not anything crazy. The next player I'd like to put in C is wide receiver Keith Kirkwood. I believe Keith Kirkwood could be a pretty solid player, but he just has had trouble getting open. That's my issue with Keith Kirkwood. He can't get open. I don't dislike him or anything. He just has trouble getting open. So if he can go ahead and take some lessons from Michael Thomas, he can be great. I think AJ Klein belongs in C2. Same with Andreas Pete. I don't really need to explain any of those too much. They're just C players. Now we get into the part where people's feelings really start getting hurt. So the player that I want to put here that didn't crack C because I haven't seen enough from him is Cameron Meredith. I think he can be a lot better than he was last year because of the injuries that he's faced. He was a extremely solid wide receiver playing in Chicago. What is going on with him? He took that pay cut and everything. He wants to play with Drew Brees. He just needs opportunity. I think with the right opportunity, Cameron Meredith can be a lot better than he is now. All right, now I know you guys have been staring at this tier the entire video, but I'm going to put Ken Crawley on the why does Ken Crawley even exist here and get that out of the way now. I hate Ken Crawley. I have never hated a player more than I hate Ken Crawley in my life. How are you going to go be trash, have an amazing season, and then be even worse than you were before? Ken Crawley is absolute dog. He's garbage, man. He's trash. I hate Ken Crawley. He's so bad. I'm sorry. I usually don't say that about players, but Ken Crawley has screwed us so many times. He deserves it. The next player I'd like to put in D is PJ Williams. Now, I believe PJ Williams clicked during the end of the regular season and heading into the postseason, but he was too bad at the beginning of the season to put him in C or B. So that reckless behavior, that DUI, all of that, PJ Williams is D until he proves otherwise. The next player I'd like to put in D is David Onyemata. David Onyemata is not horrible, but he's not great, and he has that whole weed situation going on. So if he's not going to be able to play, put him in D because, I don't know, why not? Oh my God, I forgot about Marcus Sherrills. Marcus Sherrills is a C player. I've completely forgot about him. Wow, that's crazy. That's really crazy. My bad. Yeah, Marcus Sherrills is a C player. He's not D or F. He's a really, 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 really solid punt returner. Now, I'm going to put one more player in D, and that's Craig Robertson, just because I have an emotional tie to Craig Robertson. He's been with us for a long time. Yeah, he deserves that spot. Mario Edwards Jr., Nick Easton, Josh Hill, and Trey Hendrickson all belong in the F tier. Trey Hendrickson does not do anything. Josh Hill, he made some catches before, but has never proved to be anything more than just a body. Nick Easton sucks. Nick Easton sucks. Nick Easton really sucks. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but, like, if you go watch his highlights, he got thrown around a lot, but Mario Edwards Jr., I haven't seen enough from him, and I haven't seen enough from Nick Easton to put them anywhere else. And then Ken Crawley deserves the why does Ken Crawley even exist spot. So with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead, I'll put the link to this in the description. Go ahead and make your own. Send them to me in the Discord. The Discord is the place to be. So go ahead and join that, and we'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios.